Hello, my name is Marv Walker, and I work with Problem Horses. My website, marvwalker.com, is currently running over 500,000 hits a year from people seeking information about problems that they may be having with their horses. Every day I receive more emails than I can possibly answer from people who are asking me specific questions about how to resolve some problem they may be having with their horse, which could range the whole gamut from being a horse that will do nothing to a horse that is physically aggressive and attacks everybody that comes within range. One of the things that it is almost certain that if you have a horse is that at some point you're going to have some sort of a horse problem. How that problem affects you personally depends on a number of circumstances. You may find that the problem is nothing more than an annoyance. Other people may find that it is a very strong detriment. It has put a halt to their relationship with the horse that they may have. When we look at a horse herd, we see that that horse herd lives in pretty much peace and harmony. They all get along, they all have their place, they all know exactly what they can get away with, they all know exactly what they need to do to be comfortable, to be secure, and to have confidence. They achieve this harmony, peace and harmony within the herd through a set of social interactions that they have been using for literally millions and millions and millions of years. Each and every horse in that herd is genetically pre-programmed to respond to these horse social actions. When we take a horse from a herd situation and we bring it into a human situation, we expect that horse to be governed by, to conform itself to human logic, to human reasoning, to human mannerisms, to the human world. And the horse really has no incentive to do that. The horse does not care whether or not it gets along with humans. All the horse really is concerned about is being allowed to eat and drink and sleep when it wants to. That is all the horse needs. If you have a herd of horses and you leave them out in the pasture and you feed them day in and day out and you provide water for them, not a one of them is regretting that it is not in the barn kowtowing to your whims and your wishes. It is not reasonable for a human to take a horse out of a herd, bring it into its world, into the human world, and expect that horse to conform to human way of life. And by doing that, we're snatching the horse from a situation that is comfortable and secure to where it knows exactly what to do, it knows how to get along with all of its herd mates, into a situation where it doesn't know anything. And so here we are, we're trying to take a being that is totally foreign, is alien to our way of life, and expecting that being to conform. And we do that by simply keeping after the animal, training it, so to speak, training it to stand still, training it to stop, training it to do all of these other things. And we're learning how to communicate with that particular animal and let that animal know what it is supposed to do using human rationale. As said earlier, for literally millions and millions of years, those horses have been getting along fine out there without any human intervention at all. It is better, I maintain that it is better and easier for the human to learn the horse interactions and to take and as a human to move into the herd and begin working in the herd as a horse would work with other horses. In other words, mentally becoming a horse and inserting yourself into the herd situation. Now then, as I said earlier, for literally millions and millions of years, these horses have been pre-programmed. They are genetically conditioned to respond to set actions in a set manner. For instance, if you have a horse that is now eating this feed that's right here in front of it, and another horse over there looks and says, wow, that feed looks pretty good. I'm going to go get some of that feed. As that horse over there starts coming over to get this horse's feed, this horse has two choices. It can either say, you can have the feed, or no, you can't have the feed. And it signals, it communicates the choice that it has made. It communicates the choice that it has made, okay, you can have this, by moving away, allowing the other horse to come in. Or it communicates, no, you cannot have it, by pinning its ears back, by looking at the horse, casting a sideways glance, snaking his head, or whatever, to the other horse, and it is in effect saying, no, you can't have this. And then this is the essence of this herd socialization actions that we've been talking about, that some people call herd dynamics, some people call it pecking order, or whatever. For the purposes of this discussion, we'll just go with the accepted herd dynamics. The interaction of the horses amongst themselves to obtain results. That's what we're going to be talking about here. And it all boils down to one line. In a herd, you can take all of the rights that you are able to take. And if you are unable to take a right, then you must honor those who do have the ability to take that right. So, in other words, if we have this horse that's eating this grain here, and this other horse says, I'm going to take the right of having that grain, this horse then either has to acknowledge that right, honor that right, by moving away, or it has to resist that right by saying to this horse that's coming up, no. Now then we have another scenario to where that horse over there, if it has the ability to make this horse give way and go off from food, it is entitled to take that right. And this horse that is here, it'll go off someplace else. If there's other food available, it'll try to get that, or it'll do without. But the horse that has the ability to take the rights and is able to get others to honor those rights, gets those rights. Now then, if this horse says, okay, you think that you have the right to come after this feed, and you do, but I also have the right to make a choice. Either I can give it to you by going away, or I can resist.